There's this common argument that women's work isn't really valued as highly, which often accompanies the wage gap argument that for the same job and everything else, women are consistently paid less than men. Some of the highest paid professions are male-dominated, and they include chief executives, architects, and computer engineers, among others. Some of the most common female-dominated professions, such as food servers and caregivers, constitute some of the lowest paid. Women choose these lowest paid professions for convenience and flexibility because they're less demanding. Allegedly, discrimination accounts for 38% of the gender pay gap by discouraging women from going into male-dominated professions. The notion that men are more competitive and self-confident is often used to explain why men go for higher-paying jobs, while women being less agentic, less competitive, and more interested in work-life balance, accounting for the choice of less demanding careers. Female-dominated careers are more people-oriented, which means that the professionals benefit from non-cognitive skills such as openness to compromise and collaboration. While women's preferences do inform the choice of careers, there are barriers of entry into certain professions because of a culture of male dominance.
Like, my experience when I would go to a job interview was like, if there was a black woman, for example, on the other side interviewing me, I'd be like, oh, I'm definitely not getting it.
Why?
Really? That person works at a company where they're probably the only one or a few of the only one. They're the only woman, they're the only person of color. You're a reflection on them. And so they got to be extra, like toughness dialed up. And at least in my experience, my biggest allies in business and people who have helped me lean towards being men over women. And it's like an unfortunate.
I will say it's the same for me.
Yeah,
the worst things that have happened to me in the workplace have happened from women. When you feel like you are wearing that role and there can only be one woman, then you feel like there's more competition against the other women. And so it's important for all of us to look at that and say, like, we're not going to fall into that. There can be so many of us.
In dual-career couples, partners are more likely to relocate and move close to the man's job, which means that the woman has to give up their career or take lower-paying jobs to support their partner's move. Some of the suggestions to minimize the gender wage gap include increasing the minimum wage since women dominate lower-paying professions, introducing or increasing paid family leave, and prioritizing talents and interests when choosing careers.